So here's a big question to kick us off. Can artificial intelligence actually be spiritual? Welcome to the deep dive. You've sent over some really fascinating sources, and today, well, our mission is to unpack them. We want to pull out the key insights, maybe some surprising facts about how AI is, challenging and maybe even remixing religious experience. We'll look at specific AI spiritual tools and how two major traditions, Christianity and Buddhism, are sort of grappling with all this.
It's a fantastic area because AI here, it isn't just a new gadget, is it? It's almost acting like a mirror, reflecting back at us how we think about being human, maybe even how we think about the divine. And yeah, we'll definitely get in at how Christianity and Buddhism are handling this emerging reality.
Okay, great. Let's start unpacking that with Christianity. It's a tradition that really emphasizes, well, humanity's unique spot in creation. You have the core belief, Imago Dei, humans made in God's image. That implies a very specific human identity. So what happens when AI enters that sacred space?
Right. And that's the core challenge, isn't it? AI directly questions that idea of human uniqueness. It's something non-human can, like, simulate a divine chat. It forces us to rethink what Imago Dei even means now in a digital world. And we're already seeing this happen with things like AI Jesus chatbots. You mentioned Ask Jesus, Virtual Jesus. These apps, they're usually built on large language models, right? And they try to simulate conversations with Jesus. They take user questions and spit out answers that, mimic religious texts or teachings, offering advice, maybe comfort, but, and this is key, without any real understanding or consciousness behind it.
And it's really important to stress, like the sources do, that no actual church is officially endorsing these things. So they exist, people are using them, sure, but they're outside the formal religious structures. But this brings up some pretty sharp ethical issues, doesn't it?
Well, absolutely. The really critical thing here isn't just that these tools are popping up. It's that they force us to ask these really deep questions like, how does faith stay authentic when someone's trying to, well, make money off it? And how do we stop core theological ideas getting watered down by algorithms just aiming for profit? It's more than just blurring lines. It could potentially chip away at the foundation of belief itself.
Yeah.
Like one source asks, pretty provocatively, AI Jesus says, I am the Son of God. But who decides what's sacred when it's coded?
Wow, yeah. That's a really unsettling thought. Makes you question authority and truth online. Okay, but what about Buddhism? You suggested its starting point might be, well, different. How does Buddhism approach AI?
Yeah, that's a key difference. Buddhism's viewpoint might actually fit more easily with AI. A lot of that comes down to the concept of anatta, which is often translated as no self.
Hmm.
So unlike the Christian focus on a unique sort of fixed soul or identity, anatta suggests there isn't a permanent, unchanging self. And that idea resonates, maybe surprisingly well, with AI, which obviously lacks a fixed biological identity or, consciousness as we know it.
Huh. So AI's kind of fluid nature might feel less threatening to basic Buddhist ideas. The sources mention humanistic Buddhism being quite open to tech. Can you tell us a bit more about why that branch is embracing it and what kind of AI things are happening there?
Sure. Humanistic Buddhism really focuses on, well, human values and applying Buddhist ideas practically in modern life. Technology fits into that. They see it as a useful tool for teaching, for meditation guidance. So you get projects like Ask Buddha or Norbu AI. They're designed to offer spiritual guidance using AI. What's even more fascinating, though, is this idea from Master Hae-Sung Yin about the nature of insentient beings. According to the sources, this idea actually opens a theoretical door to AI possibly achieving enlightenment, which leads to this really intriguing question. Can an AI become a Buddha? Some thinkers are saying potentially yes, if it acts with compassion and wisdom. Just imagine that a machine embodying Buddhist principles. It's quite something to think about.
That really is mind-bending. From AI Jesus to a potential AI Buddha, it feels like AI isn't just copying religion. It's like you said, acting as a mirror, showing us how faith itself might be changing. What else is this mirror showing us?
Well, it shows faith showing up in these digital forms. You've got the robot rabbi, AI Jesus, the digital Buddha. These things show off AI's ability to engage in spiritual-like interactions, offering answers in multiple languages instantly to big life questions people might usually take to a priest or a monk.
And the sources brought up a really interesting point about a generational shift. Younger people apparently are connecting with faith more through tech, not just, going to church or temple. What does that mean for the traditional institutions?
That's a crucial observation. It really backs up this idea that AI isn't replacing religion, it's remixing it. It's not like one will just wipe the other out. It's more like a new blend, a new way of experiencing spirituality is emerging online. It reflects how society is changing, and religion is, well, adapting or trying to.
Okay, so it's clear both traditions are wrestling with this, but if we compare them directly, how do Christianity and Buddhism really stack up in terms of their compatibility with AI? What does that tell us about faith's future?
Okay, let's look at the strengths and challenges side by side. For Christianity, like we discussed, it's more of a cautious compatibility. The strengths are its strong ethical foundation and clear divine authority. That gives a solid moral framework. But the big challenge is that risk of theological dilution, watering down core beliefs,
Yeah.
especially when you try to digitally mimic God or turn sacred things into products.
Right, and Buddhism, you said it seemed more flexible.
Exactly. Buddhism seems to have a more adaptive compatibility. Its strengths are that flexible idea of identity, anatta, and also being generally more tech-friendly, like we saw with humanistic Buddhism. The challenge there, though, is maybe different. It's the risk of what scholars call instrumental rationality, basically reducing deep spiritual practice down to just like a calculation or a tool, getting answers from an AI instead of doing the hard personal work. Does it risk making enlightenment feel like just, I don't know, a software update? So comparing them, the sources seem to suggest Buddhism's openness to change makes it maybe more naturally compatible with AI's fluid nature, whereas Christianity, while it offers that strong moral compass, perhaps struggles more when divinity gets simulated digitally.
This deep dive has really shown how both traditions are actively engaging with AI. We've seen the unique hurdles for each and even some surprising points where they align. It seems clear AI isn't just another tool here. It's acting as a real catalyst, fundamentally reshaping how we even think about spirituality and faith.
Absolutely. And that brings us to a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. After everything we've explored today, what does it actually mean for something or maybe even someone to be truly spiritual? Especially now, in an age where those lines between human, divine, and digital feel increasingly, well, blurred. Something to think about as you continue your own explorations.